Good morning, friends. Ann here. Got my cup of coffee, got the Word of God, and today's reading is from Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16. Let's read it and then we'll talk about it. It says this: "You are the salt of the earth, but if salt loses its saltiness, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled by men. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hidden, neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on a stand and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven." Friends, there are two things that are very significant in this passage about the deeds that we do. This week, we've been talking about justice and what that looks like in the life of the believer. And today, we're going to be looking at salt and light. Now, when you hear the word salt, you may think of something small like this, like just a little bit of salt sprinkled in makes the world so much better, just sprinkling around a little bit of kindness. But actually, that's not what this means at all. What this is talking about is like big amounts of salt. Because what salt was used for in the ancient world was to preserve things, to keep things from spoiling, to keep things good. And it took a lot of salt in order to do that work. Friends, this is not telling us to just go sprinkle around a couple of good little things and everything is going to be fine and you'll look like a really good Christian. No, it is saying you need to be this kind of salt. You need to be this kind of salt in the world that preserves the world, that keeps it from spoiling. And it takes a lot of salt to do that. Now, the other thing that it talks about is a light. It talks about how we are to be the light of the world and how we are not to hide that light. Here is a torch or a flashlight. We're not to hide that light, but we are to let it shine. So does that mean that this light represents all of the good things that I do and that I have to look really good? No, because remember at the end, it says, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. When he is talking about this kind of light, really what he is talking about is that whenever we are doing good deeds, we need to wear a mirror so that everything that we do can be reflected in our life, and that God's light will be reflected in others. When you look at me, when I have this mirror up, you can't see me. And when God's glory and God's light shines, what you see is the glory of God. Friends, neither of these, both the salt and the light, are meant to be things that point out our worthiness or our righteousness. We are to pour salt into the world to keep it good, to keep it pure. We are to lather on this salt, these good deeds. And we are to let our light shine in a way that doesn't give us the spotlight, but actually reflects God's light that is shining on us and through us out into the world. Friends, today, go be salt and light. Not just a little salt, a few good deeds here and there. No, actually just spill it out, pour it out on the world, and be light. Reflect the light that God is shining on you so that that light can shine through you out into the world. Have a good day.